Hi there, welcome back for another update. I hope that all of you are well and everything is absolutely amazing on your end. Today's update is regarding what's happening at your person's end or within their life. This has something to do about you and your connection here that's getting highlighted in today's update, in today's read. Here I'm seeing that if your counterpart was prioritizing his or her friends or family, I see that changing here. I see them looking away from these people. It might have been a case where your counterpart was blindly following his or her friends or family, or was pleasing them quite gullibly, but now I see that changing here. Now I see sadness there, I see disappointment there, and ignorance. Your counterpart is likely withdrawing themselves or already did. And this is something these people are not taking positively. I see sadness, I see regret, I see disappointment, a gloomy, confused, noisy state people are trying to run away from, but can't. Something changed here, okay? Your counterpart was looking at these people as if they're some sort of angels or divine beings. But that something, time changed for them. They're realizing that these people are just conceited, bigot, stubborn individuals who do not care about anyone's emotions or life or anything. They just care about themselves. And that's why I see them changing here. In the past, they were trying to please these people, seek their validation or approval, or fulfill their wishes, but now I see them just turning cold, turning bitter, turning ignorant towards them. They're likely starting to neglect these people because they found out something about them. They found out that they never really cared about their happiness. The more they listened to these people, the more they acted upon their commands, demands, or wishes, the more they started sinking deep within their own self, actually. I see them in a very intense, deep, dark state here. Something these people created for them, or it's because your person was listening to them blindly, was following their footsteps blindly, they fell in that spot, in that state. And that's what I see them leaving behind here. That's what I see them walking away from. This is forcing your person to realize your worth and value. And it's happening likely because you've detached. You've let go. You're not chasing anymore. You're not convincing them anymore. You're not seeking them anymore. You're focused on yourself. That's why they're starting to learn all these things. That's why they're starting to see their true, real faces. I see upheaval crashing these connections. Truth coming out and exposing these people's true colors for them to see. I see them getting drawn back towards you here, or just coming in alignment with you and your connection. They're starting to realize what really went wrong here and who did the most wrong with you. They did so, but there was a reason why they did so. It's because of these people they were listening to, they were following, they were prioritizing and were pleasing. Now I'm seeing that they're starting to just ignore their suggestions, their advices, or anything they come up with, like it doesn't mean anything. This was not the case in the past. Your person was blindly listening to these people. They were blindly pleasing them, running behind them. They were available at their beck and call 24/7, without questioning their morals, their intentions, or anything. Almost everything was negative about them, or was toxic, highly toxic. These people hurt others and they act like they're entitled to get respect for that, honor for that. These people think that they deserve to sit on some sort of throne while they look at other people. That's what I'm seeing here. They might have bullied you here, and that's why you walked away. Or your person was ignoring the way they were treating you. They were undermining you constantly. They were pushing you constantly, pushing your buttons constantly. They were stomping over you, they were trying to corner you, they were targeting you and whatnot. This made you walk away. Your person's cold behavior towards you made you walk away, and that's what your person is realizing here. I see sadness amongst all of them, not just one person, amongst all of them, because whatever is happening here is causing them to lose control over your counterpart. They're starting to look at these people with zero emotions, with zero affection, attachment, or care. I'm not saying that they are abandoning them, they are just starting to withdraw themselves, distance themselves, and create this boundary there, which didn't exist in the past, which was not there. The more you devote yourself on your purpose, on your spiritual path, on healing yourself, on working on yourself, the more your person learns to distance themselves from negative, toxic people or negative, toxic, dysfunctional situations and circumstances. The poison they fed them with against you is diminishing here, is alleviating and eliminating. They're starting to learn that you were a blessing here. You were someone who was sent by the heavens for them, by the Lord himself. They're starting to realize that here. I see them choosing you here, though they won't show that. It's not something they're acting upon just yet. They're just realizing that you were the one who got away, you were the one they lost, you were the one they mistreated, mishandled, and misjudged because of these people, because they were blinded by their facade. They were blinded by their fake loving nature or behavior. These people are complete, total materialists. They do not care about anyone's emotions or feelings except theirs. And that's why I see them all attracting disappointing outcomes, heartbreaks, and rejections from left, right, and center. All of them are cursed by your tears, by your heartbreak, or the separation they caused in between you and your person. This cursed up situation, this curse actually keeps coming up again and again. Most of these reads recently, lately, are showing that, are emphasizing on the fact that these people cursed themselves by what they did to you, after what they did to you, and laughed about it, mocked you for that. They did you the worst and had the guts, audacity to mock at you, to laugh at you for being a part of it. They dragged you in their mess, created this conflict in your life for no fault of yours, and were shameless enough to still raise their fingers at you and look at you as if you mean nothing. And here I'm seeing that they're losing whatever it is they want, wish for, and love. I see deep disappointment here, deep regret, deep sorrow, deep pain, deep hurt. I feel like these people are getting rejected by someone or are getting mistreated by someone who means a lot to them. Or maybe at their own workplace. At their workplace, not own workplace. If they're self-employed, then I don't know, but I see them getting rejected here. Maybe they aren't receiving opportunities, or they are experiencing losses and failures, or something's happening that's giving them the kind of pain they've given you. And in some situations and cases, not for all of you, but in some situations and cases, in some of your cases, I see them in regret over what they did to you, the way they treated you. Because you found your purpose, you found your power, you're standing all tall, confident, courageous, living your life as a positive example. I see them looking at that and just feeling some sort of shame and guilt about it. Though they won't show it because their ego is the block. They like to put up this tough state for people to see where they are invincible, they think they are, or they want other people to think, believe, and perceive them as such. But now I see that changing here. Deep down, their conscience is saying that you've done wrong, very, very wrong. And in some situations and cases, there is no forgiveness for that. You can't expect one. You can't expect any mercy, flexibility, or leniency from divine forces after you've done so wrong to a person who did nothing wrong to you, who was just minding his or her own business, who was just living his or her life peacefully, positively, and purposefully, here you come and disrupt everything because you were unwilling to learn better. You were unwilling to grow. You were unwilling to understand, to empathize and love. Didn't I say they are all materialists? They do not care about anyone or anything except themselves, their own fortune, their own future and everything. And here I'm seeing that some of these people are yearning for the kind of love you gave to your person, or the kind of love only a person like you can offer to another person. That's what I see God's kind of punishing them with, or is making them look for, pray for, yearn for, long for. That's because they abused a person who's like a fountain of love, who showers people with love, with no judgments, no differences, nothing. You were someone or are someone who just is there for people. You are a people's person. I'm not saying that you might be wearing your heart on your sleeves. No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying you are a wonderful person, and they bullied, harassed, oppressed, suppressed, and targeted a wonderful person, a chosen one, an innocent person, a real, authentic, considerate person. For that, you can't really expect forgiveness. You can't really expect a happily ever after. You will suffer. And that's what I see is going on here. All of these people, including your counterparts, suffered or are suffering, and that's why I see them turning cold here. Either towards each other, or your person is the one who's turning cold towards these people, who's turning indifferent, who's starting to question them, judge them in some situations and cases, and they deserve that. They deserve to get judged, condemned, shamed, abandoned, hurt, because that's what they do to others for their own benefit, for their own gratification, for their own advantage, or just to win over others. They like looking down on people. They like placing themselves on a pedestal, sitting on a throne while having their foot onto other people's heads. Those are the kind of people I see you were dealing with. So I see things changed. You changed the game. The more you focus on yourself, the more your person starts to realize that something went wrong or something's going wrong. So keep doing that. All you have to do here is simply remain in this balanced, composed, spiritual state where nothing and no one's more important than you, your purpose, and Almighty, the Lord for you. The only connection you need to prioritize here or engage in is your connection with Divine and your purpose. Don't look at your person. Don't give them any attention. Don't chase them. Don't yearn for them. Though it might happen from time to time, at times, that's okay, because if divine forces want to bring you two back together, they'll show you signs, synchronicities, or they'll create situations where you'll miss each other, you'll yearn for each other, you'll long for each other. That's okay, that's natural, but don't do it on your own, okay? Your focus, your priority, your attention, everything needs to be you, your purpose, and your connection, not your counterpart at all. That's how I see things will change, and these people are gonna see that, they'll witness that. There's nothing good waiting for them. I assure you of that. No matter what they show up on social media or in person, there's nothing good waiting for them. Nothing. Disappointment, regret, rejections, sorrows, deep pain, piercing pain, heart-wrenching pain is what is waiting for them. For everything they've done, for creating this separation, for creating this rift between you and your person, for judging you so harshly or so blindly. They've got to pay for that, and they'll pay by their life in some situations and cases, by their fortune, by their relationships, or anything to cherish, they wish for, they dream to have. They'll experience a heartbreaking, painful ending in those situations, relating to those associations and connections. That's what I'm seeing here. So This was your update for today. I hope that you enjoyed listening to me and it brought you the clarity you were seeking and were hoping to get. If so, let me know how you felt about it in the comment section below. Feel free to hit the like button and subscribe our channel for more such content to be readily available for all of you on a regular basis. With that being said, if you are interested in taking a personal reading or simply giving out some donations or contributions out of love, out of appreciation, kindly check the description box below and follow the link. That's all. I'll be back sooner than later. Till then, take care of yourself and your loved ones. Bye bye.